We're joined by Gerard Holland, CEO of Page Research Centre. Great to have you here in the studio, Gerard. Where you belong, here in the studio. Last time you were out in the bush somewhere. Now you're back here. Good to have you here. If you were out in the bush or anywhere else in New South Wales, you wouldn't have been able to use a dishwasher. You wouldn't have been able to turn on your air conditioning. Yet again, we learn that renewables somehow or other aren't quite up to the job, Gerard.
Well, and that's exactly right, Rowan. It wouldn't be a surprise to anyone that on Wednesday of this week, we're all told not to use our pool pumps, our dishwashers, our air conditioners, lest the entire grid collapse due to one unscheduled outage out at Eraring Power Station. Now, the reason for this is simple. We have massively overinvested in renewables. The vast majority, 80% of investment over the last 10 years has gone towards intermittent and unreliable power, and we've underinvested in that baseload capacity in the grid. And since we've taken out 3.5 gigawatts at Liddell, since we've taken out that capacity at Hazelwood, we haven't put new baseload power in, but our reliance on coal hasn't changed. So all of these existing stations, which are ageing, are getting older. They're getting absolutely smashed, being ramped at a much higher capacity because we're asking them to do the job that a more stable grid was doing historically when we had more coal and more baseload power in our grid.
Well, we had that overinvestment in renewables, but at the same time, underinvestment in what actually works at this stage, which is fossil fuels. And our emissions are going up under the Albanese government. This has been a complaint of the Greens. Well, we're paying more, we've got unreliability, and we're not even meeting the emissions cuts. So exactly where is the win on the board here?
Well, this is the frustration, is that we've been promised that renewables would be cheaper and they would be cleaner. And they're evidently not cheaper. We're building lots and lots of diffuse machines that we're only using part of the time that are pushing up those spot prices, particularly in later in the evening when solar and wind aren't producing electricity. But at the same time, they're not cleaner either. Once you factor in the entire lifespan of these installations, how many times you have to replace them, you're only reducing emissions by about 40% than our existing coal fleet. At the same time, you're destroying farmland, you're destroying our national parks, you're having these massive build-outs of industrial plants, but also all the distribution and transmission lines as well. And so they're not better for the environment, they're certainly not cheaper, so you start to wonder, well, how have we even gotten down this path?